Welcome to this week's Editor's Picks. I'm Joe Anselmo, Aviation Week's Editor-in-Chief, and I'm here with Defense Editor Steve Trimble, the author of our cover story on laser defenses. Steve, laser defenses are nothing new, so why'd you write this story?
High energy lasers have been out there for a very long time, really since the early 1960s, at least the basic form of the technology itself. And then people have been talking about weaponizing them and getting them out in the field as a real operational weapon, really since the 1970s. And it always seemed to be just a few years away. And sometimes there was some over-promising happening and under-delivering, and that kept happening for decades. And people got pretty burnt out on the technology, so to speak. But really, in the last few years, some things have changed, and we do seem to be right on the cusp of seeing this technology enter the operational arsenal of defensive weapons against airstrikes. And part of that is the progression of the technology, and part of that is the digression of the threats that are arrayed against U.S. forces and their allies and partners. Um, so, for example, high energy lasers today are still not quite ready to, shoot down the traditional threats we think of, fast moving ballistic missiles or cruise missiles or fighters or bombers and things like that. But they are ready, and we've seen this now demonstrated conclusively over the last few years. They are ready to shoot down these swarms of small drones and loitering munitions that move slowly and are usually made of lightweight material that these lower power high energy lasers are very effective at destroying. So we wanted to take a look at that. Plus, we wanted to take a look at what the path is to getting to those higher power levels. And that is getting pretty close as well. And we covered that in the story too. That solid state lasers, not the chemical lasers that we used to write about 15, 20 years ago, but solid state lasers are now coming of age and they're ready to take on some of the initial threats and move beyond that into um, the things like ballistic missiles and even hypersonic glide vehicles. In the not too distant future, you can see the path going in that direction now.
Read all the details in Steve's story in this week's edition of Aviation Week.